Well, it's official. I think the lunatics have taken over the asylum. Asylum being the word. Now, we all know, don't we, of the horrendous events in Kenya a few weeks ago, and it turns out that it was a bunch of Somalian ragheads, by all accounts, who were responsible for that. Dear, oh dear. No great surprise there, is there? But what was surprising to some, not to me though, was that one of these buggers came from Norway, being granted permission to settle in Norway, having been born in Somalia. What on earth are civilised countries like Norway doing, allowing vile vermin from a disgusting arid shithole like Somalia to settle in their countries? What on earth are we doing, allowing the same? Unbloody believable. Wherever they go, there's trouble. And surely now we should be looking into all these asylum applications that are being granted, asylum my arse, and all these citizenships that are being granted, usually on very spurious and flimsy grounds, and revoking it. Send the buggers back before they can blow anybody else up. End of. Then we might have a safer country. I say might. Now, speaking of lunatics, the government has decided in its infinite wisdom, George Oswald, yeah, creepy little bastard, makes you feel sick just looking at him, to allow Chinese businessmen who are very, very rich to come here much more easily because they're going to streamline the visa process for them, aren't they? Dear oh God. This is the same government that says we can't send so-and-so back to Bongo Bongo land because it will infringe his human rights, despite the fact he's committed numerous outrages while being allowed to settle in this country, etc., etc., etc. And as for China, well, they wouldn't know anything about the piss-taker's charter that is human rights, would they? Absolutely amazing. And something else that's come to light is that they're going to be allowed, oh, isn't this jolly, to build new generation nuclear power plants. Now, I don't like nuclear, not because I'm a hippie or anything like that, but because the risks outweigh the benefits. If a coal-fired plant goes bang, it just makes a mess locally. One of those goes bang, you get a Chernobyl, don't you? And we know what that's like. So, no, the risks outweigh the benefits by some considerable amount. And judging by the workmanship in that Chinese slow cooker I had to repair the other day, I wouldn't trust them. I don't think it's a good idea at all. This thing was so badly put together that the earth terminal had become detached during final assembly, and the wire was in fact touching a live cable in the thermostat housing, rendering the casing of the set live at line voltage. No wonder my neighbour got blown across the kitchen while putting her carrots into it. Yes, nice, I do not think. I wouldn't trust those buggers to change a bloody light bulb in my house, or even put a new toilet roll on the spool. But of course, when they get to this country, they won't need toilet paper. There'll be plenty of Tory toff arse lickers to lick their arses for them, and be human days. Yeah. It's always the same when they take over. The Tory party, Conservative party, sell everything off, all the family silver goes up in smoke. It happened with the railways, it happened with the power companies, and now it's going to happen with the post office. Deep joy, I do not think. Having buggered up their various country estates, which were never really viable anyway, because the only reason they ran at all was due to the piss-poor wages they paid the people that actually worked on there and kept it all ticking over. They're now going on to ruin the country as well. Yes, lovely, with their selling everything off to whichever foreign mug will take it on, and of course wrecking the place with this diversity being shoved down our throats. Lovely, I don't think. And as for sending all this money to Bongo Bongo land and places like Syria and Somalia, no, I'm afraid not. Charity begins at home, and we should be looking after our own. especially since these bastards are nothing but trouble anyway. Anyway, on that cynical note, see you soon.